Hi students, coming to the next topic, that is the n-queen problem. So this is the application of the backtracking method. Now let us see how to solve this n-queen problem by using backtracking technique. Actually, before going to n-queen problems, the rules you have to be noted that for solving the n-queen problems, we will take a chessboard, that is, let me write this n-queen problem of placing n chess queens on an n by n chessboard so that no two queens attack each other. So this is a condition, this is a criteria have to be followed to solve this n-queen problem. The n-queen problem is just you are taking n chess queens. You have to, n-queen means you have to take n chess queens. So all these queens are placed in a chessboard. Okay, so n chess queens on an n by n chessboard. Take n by n chessboard. So that the condition is no two queens attack each other. No two queens attack each other. Okay, so that is the condition. No two queens attack each other means we have to check that no two queens are placed in. We have to check that. No two queens are placed in same row, same column and same diagonal. So these rules you have to be followed. So if you check this, then there should no two queens will attack will not occur. So the n-queen problem is n queens of placing n chess queens on n by n square chessboard so that no two queens attack each other. So when these no two queens attack each other, when they are not placed in same row or in same column or in same diagonal, that means, so this is, suppose if you place like this. Okay, suppose if you place a queen here, okay, so you can't place in the same row or in the same column or in the same diagonal. Okay, and here I am taking 4. Okay, so here you can't place in same row, same column and in same diagonal. So this you have to be considered while you are placing a queen. So if you place like this, so then no two queens will attack each other. So while placing the queens on a chessboard, these conditions you have to be followed. So try to don't keep all queens in the same single row, and try to don't keep two queens in the same column, and check the queens are not in same diagonal. Okay, so to make to solve this problem, let us take 4-queen problem as an example. We generalize the solution of n-queen problem. So the 4-queen problem is just the expansion, the generalization form of n-queen. By taking all the n-queens means it is become complicated for explaining. So let us take the 4-queen problem, which is a generalization solution of n-queen problem. So the example for n-queen problem, we are taking a 4x4 chessboard. Let us take a 4x4 chessboard. So just be listen carefully, follow the steps carefully. So here I am using the steps. I am writing steps as a column and row so that you don't be confused. So first I am taking a 4x4 chessboard. First, second, third, fourth row, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows, 4 columns. So each row and column 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So the first step I am taking, this is a step 0. this is step 0. So here the column is 0, I am taking row is 0. Now I am placing the Q here. Why I am placing Q here? I am checking. Check. So this is the board, rows and columns. Set of rows and set of columns. So check board, row 0 and the column 0 is safe or not. Is it safe? Yes, it is safe. Why it is safe? Because there are no queens in the columns and rows or in diagonals. So it is safe. Since there is no queen on board, just place the queen. Now increment. Whenever you place the queen, just increment column by 1. Okay, and now coming to now I incremented column by 1. This is the column. That is step 1. Okay, step 1.0. Check. Step first column and 0 row. Now checking this. I am checking this here. So check here. Column is equal to 1 and row is equal to 0. Now check board, row, column. 0, 1 is safe or not? Is 0, 1 is safe? No, it is not safe. Why? Because you can't place the Q in the same row. So not safe. So whenever not safe, you have to increment. So increment row by 1. So now coming to next row. Whenever this column is row is not satisfied, come to next row. Now check. So now the step becomes 1.1. First column, first row. Column 1, row 1. Now check board. 1, 1 is safe or not? Is first row and first column is safe? No, it is not safe because it is forming diagonal. Not safe. So increment row. Whenever not safe, just increment row. Don't go for the skip to the next column. Just increment the row. Now coming to this row. Okay, now check again. Step first column, second row. Step 1.2. Column 1 and row 2. Now check here. Is it safe? Board, second row, first column. Yes, it is safe. Why it is safe? Because in this row there are no items. In this column there are no queens. And the diagonal there are no queens. So just place Q here. Okay. Safe. Just place queen. Now you have to increment the column because you already placed the queen. So you just skip this column. Already you placed this in this column. Now coming to next column. So increment column by 1. So now I increment column by 1. Now I am going to step second column. Step 2.0. Again I am writing here 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So first Q I placed here and the second Q I placed here. Now I checking 2.0 now. Now I am checking second column to place. So is column 0 and row 0, column 2. This is column 2. Column 2, row 0. Check board, row, column is safe or not. Is it safe? No, it is not safe because already in that row the Q is there. So now increment row by 1. So if it is not safe, just increment row. Don't skip the column. You have to check all the rows in that column. Increment row by 1. So again step 2.1. Column is 2. Row is equal to 1. 2.1. Coming to here. Now check here. Is it safe? The board 1 of 2 is safe? No, it is not safe. Why it is not safe? Because it is forming diagonal. Okay, it comes to diagonal. So it is not safe. Again increment row by 1. Now coming to this position. Step 2.2. Column is 2 and row is 2. Now check board 2 row and 2 column is safe or not. Is it safe? No, it is not safe because already it is there in that row. Q is already there. So again increment row by 1. Now coming to step second column, third row. Second column, third row. column is 2 and row is 3. Check here. Is it safe? That is the board of third row, second column. It's not safe. Why it is not safe? Because here if you place Q here, it forms a diagonal. So it is not safe. If you increment row by 1, it comes to now the row becomes 4. Okay. So which leads to, we already reached last row. Okay. So we reached last row of column 2. So column 2 we reached last row. So what we have to do? So there is no safe position. There is no safe position. So if there is no safe position till you reach the last row, what we have to do? You have to backtrack. So we have to backtrack. So while you're doing the backtracking, the condition is there. The condition is for backtracking. So we have to remove. Last placed queen. Last placed queen. The one at position. So you have to just remove the last placed queen. What is the last placed queen? This is the last placed queen, which is at position board of second row, first column. So that we have to be removed. So whenever you remove that becomes, if you are doing backtracking, after backtracking, the new row is equal to, this is 2 row. 2 plus 1 becomes 3. The new row is 3 and the column is 1. Okay. So now set. So I removed this. Okay. I'm making the column in this first column. I'm checking the third row. Okay. When you're doing the backtracking, the condition that you have to be followed this. This is the condition. Whenever you are doing the backtracking, just remove that item whichever placed before that. That item has to be placed and just increment the row by 1. Okay, column is same but you just increment row by 1. Now this new set. Okay, that is step 1.3. Why I am taking as a 1.3? Because this is the first column and third row. I am just placing Q here. So I am just removing this. I am just placing Q here. So that's why I am checking now step 1.3 is free or not. Okay. So set column is equal to 1 and row is equal to 3. Now check board 3 of 1 is safe or not. Yes, it is safe. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so already Q here I placed. I just removed the Q which is present here and just placed here in 3, 1. Third row, first column. Okay, you can place, it is safe. So whenever it is safe, I have to go for the next column. So increment column by 1. Now step second column, 0 row, check. Now check this condition. Because 2 Qs I placed, now I have to place third Q. Now column is equal to 2, row is equal to 3. Check board of, row is 0. 0 of 2 is safe or not? Is 0 of 2 is safe? No, it is not safe because already the Q is there. So increment row by 1. So it is, whenever it is not safe, you just increment row. Don't go for the column. Don't skip the column. Now check 2.1, second row and the first column. Column 2 and the row 1 means you are checking here. So is it safe or not? Just check board of first row and the second column is safe or not. Yes, it is safe because it is not forming diagonal and there are no Qs on the row. So this is safe. So whenever it is safe, now increment column by 1. Coming to the third stage. Increment column by 1. So now I am coming to new column, that is a third column, to place the fourth queen. Step 3.0. Check whether the column is 3 and the row is 0. Check board of 0 of 3 is safe or not. No, it is not safe because already it is there in this line. So it is not safe. Just increment row by 1. Now coming to step 3.1. So coming to this step. Now check here. Column is equal to 3 and the row is equal to 0. Board of row 1. Board of 1 of 3. Is it safe or not? No, this is not safe because it is in the same row. So increment row. Step 3.2. Now check. Column is 3 and row is 2. Check the second row. Is board of 2 of 3 is safe or not? Is 2 of 3 is safe? Second row and third column is safe? No, because it is forming diagonal. So not safe. So whenever it is not safe, just increment row by 1. Now again checking 3.3. Column is 3 and row is 3. Now check board of third row and third column. Is third row and third column is safe for placing fourth queen? No, because it is already there in this row. It is not safe. So we reached the final, means the end of the row and end of the column. So whenever we reached the last column, we reached last row and last column. So again, but we didn't place the fourth queen. So again what we have to do? So just again do backtracking. What I said, if you are doing backtracking, the condition is just remove last placed queen, that is in the board. What is the last placed queen, that whatever we placed in the board? So the last placed queen is this we have to be removed, that is second row, second column and first row. Board, first row, second column. So whenever I removed this, I have to increment row by 1. Means I have to place here. Whenever I am placing, before placing, I have to check whether this is suited or not. This is possible or not. So now it becomes, now set column is 2 and row has to be incremented by 1 whenever you remove that. Now again check this second row and whenever I increment this 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. Now the row is 2 and the column is 2, the new one. So now check step 2.2, second row and second column. Column is 2, row is equal to 2. Check board of 2 of 2 is safe or not. Is board of second row and second column is safe? No, it is not safe. Why it is not safe? Because it is forming diagonal. The previous one is forming diagonal. It is not safe. So whenever it is not safe, just increment row by 1. Coming to step 2.3. The column is 2 and row is 3. Now check the board of third row, second column is safe or not. Is third row, second column is safe? No, it is not safe. Why? Because already Q is there. It is not safe. Okay, but we reach, if we incremented the row, it becomes 4, but 4 is not there in the here. So what we have to do? So again we have to do backtrack. Again backtracking. So what we have to do in backtracking? Just remove the item, whatever that we placed last. Whatever we placed last item that is placed here is, okay. So the last item that we placed here is this. And still the removed item we didn't placed. So the last item that we placed here is just this Q has to be removed. That is, let me write that. So the board, third row, second column is not safe. So for placing this queue, I removed this queue, but I didn't place that queue because it is not satisfying. So if it is not satisfying, the third row and the second column is not satisfying, means I have to check. Again, I had to do the backtracking, but there is no row 4. This means we have to do the backtrack again. Just remove the last item placed. So the last item placed is, okay, to remove this, okay, the last item that is placed is the board of, that is board of 0 0. Board of 0 0 means this I have to be removed. So when I removed this, what I have to do, I have to, after doing backtracking, when I remove this, I have to increment row by 1. Okay, the new set is row is equal to 1 and the column is 0. Okay, board 0 0. So just increment row. Okay, don't change the column. So the row is incremented by 1 and the column is 0. Now I am placing the queue here. To place that queue, you have to check whether that is there any empty is there or not. So the step 0 column, first row, column 0, row 1, check. Board of first row and 0 column is safe or not. Yeah, it is safe because already we removed everything here to place that new item, the item. So there is no it is safe. So place queen, increment column. Whenever you place the queen, just increment the column. Now coming to the step 1.0. This is first column and 0 row. Check now. The column is 1 and the row is 0. Is board of 0 row and the first column is safe? No, it is not safe because already the queue is here. It forming diagonal. Not safe. Whenever it is not safe, just increment row. Step 1.1. Coming to here. Column 1, row 1. Board 1 of 1 is not safe. Why it is not safe? Because it is in the same row. So increment row. Coming to the next row in the first column. Again check. Step 1.2. Column 1, row 2. Is board of second row, first column is safe? No, it is not safe because it is forming diagonal. So whenever it is not safe, just increment row. Coming to this next row in that column. Step 1.3. Column is 1, row is 3. So is board of 3 of 1 is safe? Yes, it is safe because it is not forming any diagonal. It is not placed in the same column in the same row. So this is safe. Whenever we safe, we have to increment column to place another queue. Coming to this column. Now check the second column. Step second column 0 row. Is column 2 and row 0 is safe or not? Let's check. Column row 0 and the column 2 is safe. Yes, it is safe because there is no item in this row, in this column, in this diagonal. So whenever it is safe, you have to increment column by 1. So coming to this column now. So already I placed 3 queens. Now coming to the next queen I had to place. So that is the now I came to step 3.0. Third column, column 3, row 0. Now I am checking board of 0 of 3 is safe or not. Is it safe? Third row and 0 column? No, it is not safe because it is there. It is not safe. So whenever it is not safe, just increment row. Now step 3.1. Third row, first column. Column 3, row 1. Check board of first row, third column is safe. Is first row third column is safe? No, it is not safe because it is forming, it is in the same row. So it is not safe. Just increment row by 1. Step 3.2, that is the column 3 and row 2. Now check board of second row third column is safe. Is second row third column is safe? Yes, it is safe because there is no item in this row and this column and this diagonal. Okay, so it is safe. So finally we have placed all 4 queens. Finally we placed all 4 queens. So we stop here. We stop the solution here and we will get the final table as, so the final table, the Q is here, Q, Q and the Q. So this can be represented in the matrix form like 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Wherever the Q is there, that should set to 1. So this is the matrix representation of this 4 queen problem. So in the same way, the 4 queen is a generalization for the, it becomes the, you can generalize this 4 queen problem to make it as an n queen problem. So this is an example for this 4 queen problem. Thank you.